So I want to ask you a question that I really want you to consider. Can you imagine spending 92 days at sea? Well, our next two guests, incredible gentlemen, Braam Malherbe, and I stress the Mal, and Wayne Robertson, have to do anything but imagine that after their achievement of an epic world first, rowing approximately 8,100 kilometers from Cape Town to Rio de Janeiro in just 92 days. Well, back on dry land, thankfully, Braam and Wayne are with us this morning to chat about their larger-than-life experience. Gentlemen, I'm surprised you can sit next to each other after spending that much time together. What an incredible achievement. Braam, I'm going to start with you. I mean, unassisted, I'm sure meant something very different before the journey to after the journey. Walk us through, row us through this unbelievable achievement. What really stood out for you?
What stood out for me really was the barrenness of the ocean. Literally, I mean, we got fishermen on VHF radio that had been fishermen their entire lives and saying they're having to go out for double the time to get the same catch, and the fish are half the size. But the main thing for me was sleep deprivation, because our regimen was to row for 2 hours. I'd row, Wayne would sleep, or probably for 40 minutes, because you've got to hydrate and make your food. And you swap over. So you do that 24/7. So 92 days, 24/7, 2 hours rowing, 2 hours sleeping.
You've obviously had time to take a scope of the bigger picture, yes, but I'm sure, Wayne, that there were moments within that journey where you really were pushed. What stood out for you as the toughest moment in that journey?
The toughest moments were really our power consumption and our power generation, because everything on the boat is solar powered. And due to climate change, we had 48 days of absolutely no sun. And when we have no sun, we couldn't make water. And when you can't make water, you're going to die. So we really had to manage our power extremely carefully and make sure that we had enough power to run our navionics, our navigation systems, and be able to see ships and make water and make food and survive the journey. So altogether, it was stressful because of the sleep deprivation as well, and you battle to concentrate properly. But Braam and I worked as an exceptionally well team, and we looked after one another and made sure that we were hydrating and we weren't injuring ourselves, and we would take one for the team if one didn't sleep properly. I would row a bit longer, or Braam would row a bit longer, and we just had to be a good team and follow through.
I'm sure you became of one mind by the end of that journey, because you were probably sharing the same kind of consciousness throughout that space. I was going to ask you to out each other and say what's the most irritating thing you've discovered, but we want you to do another one of these.
We can't do that on air.
Yeah, I know. I want you to do another one of these journeys, but I'm going to put that to you, Braam. What's the best thing you've discovered about your brother here? What, through this journey, did you discover on a human level?
I would say Wayne's honesty, his resilience. As he said, going the extra mile for the team. Just to give you a start, Wayne got on the boat and rowed for the first time in his life 5 days before the start. And our start was going to be this beautiful southeaster pushing us up with the Benguela current up the west coast, and it turned pear-shaped, it turned southwest, and we rowed non-stop, our very first row together ever, for 11 hours non-stop.
Yeah,
so
the litmus
to know that he could hold that and do that gave me a lot of confidence.
So I have to ask very quickly, the Do One Thing challenge was why you guys took on this mammoth task. Why do that? What was the message behind what you were trying to do? Maybe, Wayne, you want to take that?
The message was to really act as a catalyst to change the collective consciousness of people on this planet. And we really experienced climate change firsthand. Our routing charts were completely wrong for the information that they gave us. And we hope that this challenge really helped people to start thinking about being responsible for our planet and what we are doing and what we need to do to survive into the future, because we know for a fact that what we did in the past is not going to work for us going into the future.
It's not business as usual.
Yeah.
It's essentially four categories. The four most pressing issues facing our survival, everyone's survival on the planet, and that is water, waste. We know about the water problem. Thank goodness we've got rain today.
Yeah.
Water, waste, energy, and conservation. So we're in the process of developing an app, and we are developing a roadshow, and possibly in the next 10 to 12 weeks, Wayne and I are going to be taking this boat of ours right around South Africa and getting people to do one thing for the planet.
By car.
By car.
Gentlemen. Well, thank you so much for doing what you have done. Congratulations and welcome back home. So glad that you guys made it home safely. And I know this has given you memories that you're going to have for the rest of your lives, but now it's up to you and I to join that challenge, the Do One Thing challenge. Make sure that you give these guys a big pat in the back when you see them. Well, that's it for now. We're going to take a very quick ad break. You can consider that for just a moment. We'll see you in a sec.